Good evening, everybody. I'd like to go ahead and call the meeting to order. Jacksonville North Pulaski School District will be the model school district where every learner is valued and empowered to become a successful, contributing member of society. It is our mission to foster a culture of ownership and accountability through partnerships that create multiple pathways for success. We will now call the roll, and Mr. Jim is not here. Ms. Martin is going to call the roll for us.
Colonel Estelle,
Absent.
Daniel Gray,
Here.
Ava Coleman here, Jim Moore, Ron McDaniel,
Present.
Dina Tony, yes, Lauren Martin, here, Laura Walker, here.
All right, very good. We've got a quorum. All right, if you'll join me as we stand for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. And Mr. McDaniel, would you lead us in that pledge? Absolutely.
Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Good evening, everybody. First item on our agenda is a special presentation. Dr. Ola.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. The first group that we would like to introduce to make a special presentation is Mr. Gray with the Jacksonville Education Foundation.
I think we need to turn that mic on too.
I don't know that I need.
Mr. Martin, where'd he go?
Hello.
Now it's on. You got it.
It's on, okay. Dr. Ola, members of the board, Mark Gray, Jacksonville Education Foundation. We have several members with us tonight, Jeff and Cheese and a few others who were not able to make it. But part of the foundation's role in our community is to assist in areas that perhaps the school board is not able to fund everything. Anyway, we're excited to be here tonight and help make a presentation to a program for Jacksonville Elementary School that Evan McGrew has come up with that will help these students learn from all of the growth ages of growing a garden. And I know it's not something that you want to plant in every school, but it's one of those things that's educationally beneficial to those who love to do these things. And Evan is one of those of your educators that knows how to put this together. And I'll let Evan present what the program is, but we are helping by making a presentation of $985 for free.
Thank you.
Hey, before you start, is that mic on? I don't. It's not. Let's get that
You want me
on.
to do it again?
No, sir, you're good. But before we continue, for those that are online and for the recording purposes, we need to try to get the mic to work.
And Mr. Gray, if you don't mind, while Kevin is taking care of the mic, if we can, if Chisa can get a picture with you, Mr. McGrew.
Of course.
No black. One, two, three.
Trying to get out of the way.
Great.
All right, we'll go ahead and just speak loudly, Evan.
Can you borrow a mic or anything? I mean, I will do whatever you need to do to make sure that people.
You good?
All right, so this summer I was able to go on a trip to St. Louis with my team, and so of course, part of that is building the team and all this. And so my kindergarten teachers
started talking about an outdoor garden. And they said it would be really cool because last year we had a lot of seeds and we started growing some in the buildings, but we didn't have anywhere to put them so have the kids watch them grow. And so kindergarten teachers, they said, so how can you get a garden? And I said, I don't know. Be interesting on who you get to do that for you. And they're like, well, I thought you said you knew everything about it. I said, I do, but I don't have the time necessary. So it wore on me for a little while. And I said, you know what? Let's do something. And so, and I've done this at other schools, but I started looking at urban garden ideas. And so urban garden ideas are about small spaces. They're about something very simple, something you don't have to maintain. You don't have to rebuild the raised beds or whatever every so often. So I started looking at tires being used as a raised bed area. So I went to Vaughn Tire in Jacksonville, and I know them very well. And I said, hey, here's what we got going on, and it's what we like to do. And they said, this will do pile of tires in the back, pile of tires in the front, whenever you want. Day or night, come get as many as you want. So I did that. I got 2 truckloads of tires. I cut the sidewall out. That way we have more room to plant whatever. And so I've got those placed out there right now. And now the next step is to paint them and make them look, you know, stripes, little ladybugs, lightning bolts, Dr. Walker, whatever you want. I started looking online, ideas. Oh my goodness, like this blows my mind. Right? So I started doing that, and whenever I finally landed on that, so I said, you know what? The day that we had the teacher welcome over at the high school, I stopped by Sherwin-Williams on the way back, and I went in there and talked to the manager there, and I said, hey, do you ever have any paint that anyone orders that's the wrong color or something like that? Because I could use some. And they're like, yeah, we do, but we have a person that comes and picks it up every week. I said, well, I'm a new person. I need it. And so she called me 2 days later and said that she had 3 gallons of gloss white paint and 17 quarts that she was willing to give me. She said, now I have to charge you something, maybe $20, something. I said, whatever, let me know. So I left out of there. We went in the back and we dyed them whatever colors. We didn't have any formula. We were just pushing buttons. It was really cool. And she said, how about $2.08? And I said, wonderful. So we got some paint donated, and Vaughn Tire donated to tires. So now we're ready to go. So this is the next step. Really, all I needed was the money for soil and money for, we're going to buy a little storage shed, just a small plastic one, and then maybe some spray paint, which would help cover the tires up, and then we'll do stencils for the rest. So anyway, trying to do some community partnerships, but the teachers are excited, the kids are excited. And I have all the seeds, because I have a partnership with the Walmart and Cabot.
Awesome.
It gives away all the seeds every year. So
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And board members and audience, if you're driving along Madden Road, that side of the building, you'll be able to see the tires. And so over the course of the next few months, hopefully we'll start seeing green sprouts coming out of those tires. So thank you, Mr. McGrew.
Awesome.
The second presentation, Dr. Janice Walker, Assistant Superintendent.
Well, good evening. How is everybody? Okay, well, that is good. So I'm going to call Mrs. Biggs and Coach Higginbotham. And so as they're making their way up here, so hopefully you can hear me. At 4:25, to be in compliance with that act, that we would do a data presentation monthly. And so these are actually presenters on for the month of September. So Ms. Biggs, are you going first? Sure. You all should have their presentation in your packet. Oh, we have to project it. It's one center presentation for under which one? Okay, hopefully you have the slides, in front of you. And, one of the things that, I'd like to thank our CNI team. They've been very supportive of, our scholars always, but especially Ms. Metcalf, PT, and AP, and that sort of thing. That's her wheelhouse. If you look at the first slide, on your iPad, you'll see that there's some colors there. And what we are trying to do is lessen the red, and, the colors we're trying to focus on are the blue and the green. The orange is good as well because that signifies three, if a scholar made a three or better, then they get college credit in their AP course. So when they take the AP test, it transfers to college credit for them. So, I do not have my, mine. I thought that it would be available here. So there's,
Dr. Picard is bringing it to you.
oh, okay, thank you. So, back to the trend. So the trend shows starting in 2019 to 2023. And so you'll see each year, with the exception of 2020, which is our COVID year, that red line has lessened, that orange line has grown, along with the yellow and the green and the blue. So if you look, there's an explanation for those colors on the side. So each year we have, like I said, lessened the red, and the other areas have grown. So one of the things that I want to celebrate today or tonight is that we had 5 students that earned a 5 out of 5. That's the highest you can get. And we had 49 to score for a qualified free credit. So they made a 3 or better in their scores. Our 2D art and design had a 100% pass rate. All of their scholars received college credit. And the calculus, art, English, language classes all outscored the state average. And so Jacksonville did a wonderful job there. And so the reason why we were able to accomplish this, one of the things that we did last year that we hadn't done before is we did mock testing. So all of those AP teachers got their scholars together. We did a schedule, and they ran them. They did it twice. They ran them through the process. What is it going to, in real time? What is it going to look like? How are they going to navigate the system when they do that? The other thing is that we have AIMS. AIMS is a partner through UALR, and they come in and they coach our teachers and sit in the classroom and give them resources as well. And then, as I stated before, it says quality curriculum and materials. And so that is partly due to AIMS, and the other part is due to our CNI team led by Dr. Picard. So those things translated into the scores that we got this year, which I will say are the best scores we've had since we've been a district. I can recall in 2016 we had 1 scholar to make a passing score on the AP exam. So the last slide talks about our scholars that are AP scholars with honors and just AP scholars. AP scholars with honors have an average of 3.25 overall in all the exams they've taken, and they score a 3 or higher in 4 more of those exams. So that is one of the highest honors you can get within that system. AP scholars score a 3 or more on at least 3 exams. So those scholars that are indicated on the on your slide, especially for the 2024 school year, we fully expect them to be AP honors by the time the school year is over. And we fully expect that, we're not just getting better, we're going to be, the best is yet to come, because now our scholars and our teachers have a taste of success.
And so with that success comes thirst and hunger, so they want to do better and better. So we are excited about the school year. They've got plans already in place, and so they are moving forward. Any questions?
No, ma'am. Very good.
All right, good evening, everyone. So I've got a couple of slides I wanted to share.
Give us just a sec, man. We got technical difficulties up here.
Dr. Walker, can you share that with the board because we don't have access?
There goes. We got it. We're live. All right.
All right, so these are GPAs that we took from our spring sports last year. And when I first got on board, the goal was, there were two goals. First goal was to try to get more community involved in our sporting events. And our second was to focus on GPAs and make academics the foundation of our athletic program. So through our Titans and Training program and through just a complete focus on holding each scholar and each athlete accountable, we started off with 26% of our participating athletes. We were 26% of the school enrollment. Our goal, if you'll look, you'll see if you add the ninth grade, it pushed us up to 30. Going into this year, these numbers were just taken. So that number will be higher because some of our spring sports, like the soccer program and the track, boys and girls track, those numbers, we haven't had tryouts yet for those sports. And so our goal is to have 33% of our school population involved in athletics. And part of the goal is it will help us hold them accountable, in the classroom, and also hold them accountable within the program. So our goal is the more we can get involved and get more participating in extracurriculars, we feel like we can provide a culture that would be positive for the school. As you're aware, we've added the wrestling program. We just got it started. We've ordered a mat, and we found a place where we can work our kids out. So we're fixing to start. We've hired a coach. And so we're going to start trying to create our team to participate. And we're going to go on the road for all our matches this year, so we kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like to host the following year. So we're excited about that number. Who knows how many will get involved. Our goal is to try to get at least 10, one in each weight class. We want 10 males and 10 females if we can get it. And Mr. Healy is a social studies teacher at the high school that was a wrestler in college and in high school. And he's going to be our coach, and I feel like he'll do an outstanding job leading that program. And so we're just hoping that through other programs and the commitment that the coaches have made as far as accountability for our athletes in the classroom, we're hoping we can increase our participation and build a positive culture within our program. Our Titans and Training program, if you didn't get to see that last year, I felt like it was a home run for us. We had some outstanding times on some Friday nights with volleyball and flag football. And then we also participated in basketball, and that will start again in January. We are going to have a track meet this year. I was visiting with Dr. Ola last week about if we're going to just do it with our fifth grade only, or if we're going to try to incorporate a few extra grades, maybe third, fourth, and fifth. We really hadn't got that planned out yet, but we are going to host a track meet because we're trying to increase our involvement in our track program. I feel like we've got an opportunity there, and it's another way for scholars at our school to get a chance to get some free education through participating in those track events. So hopefully through that, we will generate some interest. Our middle school program, it's average, but we want to try to increase our numbers in that program. I think last year we averaged 20, almost 20 on each team for our girls and our boys. And then in our high school program, last year we had 28 girls, and then we also had 15 guys. So we're just trying to get it to our scholars in the 5th grade to help us start building the foundation for all our athletic programs as we try to move forward and increase. The goal is to increase the participation in all the sports. Any questions?
What is do students have to have a certain GPA to participate in all of these activities?
We require 2.0. If they don't have a 2.0, they go into what we call an SIP program. We create a student improvement plan to where we hold them accountable outside school hours for 100 minutes weekly. And during that semester, our athletes cannot miss school unless it is excused. Any unexcused absence, they will be removed from the program for the semester. And we're starting Wednesday.
Any other questions? When is it wrestling or wrestling? And is it in this, is that in the, serious question though, is that spring? Is that spring or November? Okay. Thanks, sir. All right. Any other special presentations?
That concludes.
All right. Next, we've got legal update. I don't see Scott here.
There's
All right. Facilities update. Baldwin and Shell and WER and Dr. Stein. Evening, sir.
Hello. I feel like my team sends me when we don't really have much of an update. So, I'll let Shell with the actual construction update. So I'm here till I have any questions.
Well, Russ, while you're up here, since you and your team had a significant role in the legacy walk, can you talk about that? The board should have those handouts in front of them.
We've gone through a few options of, don't have a better word to call it, but the monument with the actual plaques that go on. So
You want a copy to look at this? Or?
Yeah.
These were emailed to us as well. And then you guys sent, I think, a couple of new options 4 and 5.
Yes, and then
I can't blow that up with my finger.
Dr. Ola has the actual physical sample from the signage company. We weren't sure how many you were anticipating having.
It's not up to me, it's up to the board members, but
Well, this is something that'll be around for 50 years plus, and who knows what's going to happen after we're gone. But it could be significant.
Some of us will be around a little bit longer.
so board members, it's on the agenda as well, but if we could, if you don't mind deciding on the option, and then that way we can move forward with the construction part of it, and then you all can move forward in nominating and choosing the first honoree.
I like option 5 and 4 much better than the first of the 3 options. One of them looks like Tombstone. But I kind of like, is it possible to combine 4 and 5? Because I really like the wall in 5 with the Titan shield kind of in the middle cut out. And then I really like the 3 pillars on the other. I don't know if you can, and there's a wall on option 4 as well, but could you just change the wall to the wall on option 5 and have the pillars and kind of have the maybe 2 tiers of recognition or something like that?
Yeah.
Queen Ava approves.
But how do you distinguish what, like, what are the three tiers? Are there like, it's Red Devils, Dolphins, Jacksonville?
Tight, yeah, that's what the three walks are, yeah.
Yeah, 3 walks are labeled that way.
And then the big wall, the center wall could be all three together, or just anybody that we wanted to, you know, honor. Yeah.
Is it expandable? Or is it just, you do it one time and that's it?
Well, I think the built pieces, you build ones that are there, and then you add these plaques as you add people to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you can put a lot of those plaques on.
That's what I'm
And that's
asking.
not, those won't be available for just somebody to purchase and honor somebody. That would have to come through us.
Right, exactly. Okay.
Those are what the bricks are for. That's what we have to
Yeah,
do.
anybody can purchase a brick.
The plaques aren't, that's something we would pay for. That's not something somebody would purchase. That's
No.
something we would honor. Somebody, we could have a nomination process and that could be considered.
And you have once a year, add new people to the.
Sure.
Sort of what we were thinking in the district office, that depending on what option you all chose, that we would have the ceremony, weather permitting, there on the legacy walk, and the recipient would receive a smaller version of what that monument looks like. And so they would have a monument, a trophy or plaque or something to take with them. And then, of course, they will also have one of these nameplates on, and any type of inscription that you all come up with on that monument there on the legacy wall.
And if we wanted to make them bigger, like for the portrait, we can do anything we want on that, right?
Anything, those are ones that they had to for some examples.
Well, is everybody good? What we doing 4 and 5 together, kind of combining those two options?
Yeah. We'll just do that and I'll send it to Dr. Lewis. We can send it out to you.
Okay.
Is there a particular color of these that you all?
The black.
That was our big one.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I'll let Paul on the first update.
Good evening.
No update on the middle school edition, we're still under one. Working through any small issues that come up. Any questions on middle school edition, any issues?
Well,
Biometer, it's moving right along now that we start doing virtual. We got structure still going from the cafeteria all the way to the gym. So we're starting to detail that out, got a few more weeks. All the slabs recorded, including the red labs, we haven't epoxy yet, but it is in place. We're pouring our concrete block out for the columns later this week, first next. And it'll be 100% on all the concrete floor. The gym is finished. As far as concrete tilt-up panels, we should have put the roof on it, working on it, but the structural built. The pre-care wings for the classrooms, kindergarten classrooms, and the north wing classrooms. Those two areas for the kindergarten, the south, are complete on pre-engineered, minus the trim out coming up the brick. And we're about 75% of the roof on the third classroom wing. Just moving right along. Masonry inside corridors are moving along. We got the kindergarten class and the first one, area 3 classrooms are complete. Masonry working on area 5, the north classroom. So all that's moving good. We're doing all of our above ceiling MEP rough ends. That's going for several months. In wall electrical on the rough ends are ongoing, so it's moving in the right direction. Still have the DOT issues, but it is going in the right direction. There is communication going, so it's still not permanent. Hopefully next few months it will.
I think the easement issues that we're talking about on
No, just
our
the
dock.
drive issues. We do have an easement issue, and we're working on that, to find out that was.
I think we've got I think Mr. Nicholson, we had a conversation with him and I think he was okay with the solution, but he mentioned he might want that access one day. So I think we're moving forward with just getting that access handled, uh, permanently. I think Aaron Robinson is working on drawing that easement up.
Where's the safe room going to be?
Safe room within the gym.
Yeah, okay,
That's the precast construction that is.
okay.
It's all welded up, inspected. We got a lot of finish work doing there, but the structural is done. Pretty much it for battle meeting. Any questions on that? It's, a lot's been done in the past month. We finally got out of the ground going vertical, it's moving in the right direction. Merle Taylor, I could go through the whole thing, but they're pretty well hand in hand where we are. The construction flow is slightly different, but they're basically apples to apples with Merle Taylor, or Merle Taylor and battle meeting. Any questions on Merle Taylor?
We're still on schedule to 2024.
Right now, I don't know about Merle Taylor, I don't know their schedule, like I said, we're pretty well hand in hand the same. We're trending a week and a half behind, so it's pushing into July, maybe into late July, but we are compressing that schedule currently. We're moving it in the right direction. So like Dr. Stein and I was talking earlier, by around Christmas, we should know if we're gonna make it or we're not gonna make it.
Gotcha.
What our contingency plan is. Still look early, so it is moving in the right direction.
Thank you. Any questions?
Any questions?
Appreciate it.
And the middle school demo is,
Oh, I forgot about the local. Yeah, the building is completely gone, mostly cleaned up. We're bringing the crusher in this week, starting to pull the footings and getting the concrete crushed, moving everything to y'all's property. Utilities coming out, so we're pretty well on schedule on that one.
One other item that, I don't know if it's pulled all together or not, but at our citizens meeting, we wanted to change out the wall covering to high. We had in the portal with, and we got that worked out now. I believe it's gone through, it's not gonna cost any more money. So we got that.
Okay.
No more wall covering, it's all high.
Okay. Thank you very much. You heard the ladies, I think.
yeah.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate y'all both. All right, that takes us, we've already covered the legacy walk, district reports, Dr. O.
A couple of things, well, three things. First, the student enrollment, I have that as of today. The first page, you will see this time last year, we were at 4,134 students. As of today, we're at 4,183 students. And so, as you will note, and from the emails that I've been sharing with you, the district is growing. Middle school is filling it. High school is filling it, and all of the elementary schools are filling it. I believe we're right at 511 at Leicester as of today, close to 460 or a little bit above 460 at Biomeda, and that includes pre-K. And then Merle Taylor is right above 400, which is the largest it's been in a few years. It's about 401. Middle school is at 936, I believe, and then the high school is right under 1,200. And we have done the 10-day drop. So those numbers that are in front of you are accurate numbers of students who are actually in the building.
When do we start on the third floor at the high school? What number?
There are 3
Oh,
floors.
well, they're already,
Fourth floor.
all 3 floors are complete. The phase 2 is the back part of the cafeteria, between the cafeteria and the football stadium.
Okay.
And that's where phase 2 was projected.
Okay.
And
I did not know this on the third floor. Excellent.
yeah, the first discussion was not to outfit or just have a shell of a third, but I believe there was additional conversation to complete it. And so the third floor is complete. So phase 2 would be that additional.
Yeah, Jim Moore never tells me anything.
And so any questions about student enrollment or?
Dr. Owen, we're growing so much. What about the middle school? Are we overflowing? We need to build a new building?
We just opened the 8 classrooms. I'm glad you asked. We just opened the 8 classrooms, and those 8 classrooms are being used and the Phase 2 of Jacksonville Middle School. An option to consider is a possible additional campus that will relieve um, pressure, for the lack of a better word, at the middle school, but also at the elementary. And so proposed ideas, maybe having a 5-6 campus. We do have land. I would, if you all approve, we definitely like to explore some options at the locations that we already own within the district.
Yeah, I think we talked about that the last, I don't think you were here at that meeting, but, we did discuss that, and I think, yeah, Warren Dupree site was mentioned for a 5-6, but yeah, I don't know when the appropriate time, or is it Dr. Stein is exploring those, options, or how soon that would need to be planned, or if we need to wait till the elementary schools are open, but, I think,
Well, I can tell you, Bob Nita the Bob Nita and Merle Taylor are being built for about 460 students. With pre-K, we're already there at Bob Nita. Merle Taylor, we're about 59, 58 students away from being at capacity. JES, we're already at capacity. And Lester, we're about 50 students, if I'm being.
what's the process as far as the DSEG, court order, and when can we just say, we're gonna plan to do this?
So based on the DSEG order, we cannot build use our 2000 operating funds to build another facility until the existing buildings have been built. And so once Bob Nita and Merle Taylor are built and open, we would have completed that.
Yeah, well, we can go ahead and start planning for that to start immediately in the fall of 24, once those are open, right?
Yeah, we can speak with our construction partners and do some preliminary numbers and see what that.
The request for
Our
partnership
option.
funding will need to happen pretty soon, I would think, or whenever that would be, but that would dictate when we could start, I would think.
Yeah.
Dr. Stein, if you want to address some of these comments and discussion up here as an expert, we would appreciate it.
So you all know we do a 2-year cycle, right? The next plan is due next year, so that is the 24 master plan. And so year 1 would be money is made for 25, and year 2 money is made for 26. The numbers we have though in our schools, we're approaching the full numbers based on the submissions we have. So the only way we have the opportunity of additional funds would be if we would show a need of additional space and more students. So we're nearly there now. So if we want the opportunity of another submission, now is that time, but we really need more students.
Okay. So can we not prepare and go ahead and submit that request and with that anticipation and see how the state responds? Or you're saying we have to wait till we're too full in order to qualify?
I tell our school districts a certain way of seeing no money is no submission. So we try. They may say no, but I say yes. Send it in.
So do we need a form, or will there be in October, November, will we see the plan for the long range building plan? I'm not sure that's the right word is for that.
The facility plan?
The facilities plan?
For this next year, when would you have that facility plan?
So this the first, the 2-year cycle we have now, I know the missing, so, I've had submissions several cycles. So, yeah, so I'm getting to be a submissions now. So I need to know the options, sort of, seeing it, a fifth, six, or a 6, 7.
Well, I think 5, 6 is what's been discussed. That way it would relieve all the elementaries, and then it would also relieve the middle school. And that would get us there. So I don't know if we need a vote or just kind of like I mean, I think that's the will of the board is to, let's go ahead and begin planning. And I think the Warren Beach campus has been mentioned, and I think a 5, 6 campus, I don't know how many students or the size of it, but I think that's what we need to work towards.
Yeah, so I can run you, some size analysis, and suitability analysis.
Okay, so 600. So yeah, there's 600, a little over 600 students in those 2 grades right now. So that would be the size of, I guess that'd be a junior high. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but
Intermediate.
middle school, junior high. But
So maybe we could,
okay, intermediate, whatever, 5, 6 grade. Um, so yeah, let's. Do we need a motion?
No, not right now. There's, just your directive and okay for us to
Is anybody
explore.
opposed to us moving forward with planning for that? Okay, there we go. We don't want to, we can't go, we got to continue the tradition of submitting a request.
Thank you, Dr. Stein. The second thing is just want to remind everyone about the University of Arkansas and Little Rock Partnership announcement that will take place September 21st at 10 a.m. We'll announce, along with UA Little Rock, the teacher residency program that we will kick off here, that we've already kicked off, but the formal announcement will come at that time. And so really great news, positive news for the district, but also it helps us increase our teacher pipeline as well. So we're excited about that. And the last thing, I just want to highlight our curriculum instruction team. And we have representatives here, but Dr. Walker, Dr. Picard, Mrs. Darrington have put together a great presentation. And in October, they will be presenting in Dallas at the ASCD Leadership Summit. And so Jacksonville is on the international stage. And so I just wanted to brag about them and the rest of our curriculum instruction team for showcasing Jacksonville in a positive light. So I just want to mention that. And that concludes my superintendent's report.
Thank you. Any questions for Dr. Owl? All right, great job. Okay, now TPC reports? No?
Not today.
Okay. Next item we've got is a consent agenda with August 7th and 17th minutes, the assistant superintendent's reports, and then also the financial report. If there's anything that needs to be pulled down for discussion, let me know. If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented in our packets.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
All right. Got a motion and a second. All those in favor? Any opposed? All right, that passes unanimously. All right, the next item, our agenda. We are on page 35 as we've got legal transfers. All of the legal transfers this evening are recommended for approval. Is there anybody that wishes to speak against the transfers? Okay. If not, I would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Got a motion and a second to approve those requests for transfer. All those in favor? Any opposed? All right, that passes unanimously. Next item we've got is the FY24 budget. Dr. Owen.
Yes, sir. Good evening again. As we do this time every year, you have before you the operating budget proposal as well as the federal budget proposal as well. And so we're presenting those to you for approval.
plan on doing this when Jim was not here? Anybody got any questions? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes unanimously. All right, next item we've got is the JNPSD Teacher and Administrator Recruitment and Retention Plan.
Yes, each year we're required to submit a revised teacher and administrative recruitment retention plan to the State Department of Education. The curriculum instruction team, led by Dr. Janice Walker, has revised our plan, and it is before you for a recommendation for approval.
All right. Any questions on any of that? I'd entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion and a second to approve the recruitment and retention plan. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes unanimously. Next item we've got an addendum that we need to add for personnel that I see. So we've got a personnel report before us, and then we've also got an addendum before we consider the personnel. We need to add this. So is there a motion to add the addendum to the agenda?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right. So now we've got that added in the personnel report that was in our original packet. If there's any discussion on that, we need to be held in executive session. If there's no need, I would entertain a motion to approve as presented.
So moved.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that passes unanimously as well. Next item we've got is Ron McDaniel.
Hey, I would like to make a motion to adjourn.
We are adjourned. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
I love her.